y'all can hear me, I need y'all to give a thumbs up to make sure that we here. Make sure that we here and we are clear. Yep, yep, yep. Let me give it time to let it blue. Blue. Should I say? Alright, let's get straight to it. First, I want to do something different today. I want to do something different today. Hold on. Let me adjust this. Let me adjust this. Make sure that y'all can really hear me and see me. Here's the thing. I want to do something different. I'm going to give game balls and I'm going to do some honorable mentions too. I'm going to give 5 game balls out. So after every single game from now on, when we win and I go live, I'm going to give 5 game balls out. Number 5, it got to go to, and it's really a slash here because I got to give Britton Curry his respect. I really do. This is the best punt returner that we had since really Darren Sproles. It sounds good. It sounds good. Y'all can't hear me? Oh, I'm sounding good. Y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Somebody let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all? Oh, we good? We good? We good? We good? Are we good? Hold on, let me turn the light back on. Yeah, yeah. All right, so my bad, y'all. If y'all didn't hear anything, obviously, I got some technical difficulties going on in here. But I want to do something different today. I want to give honorable mentions and game balls. I'm gonna give 5 game balls out every single live after the game. Make sure y'all hit the like button for your boy, and also make sure y'all cop up. Shout out to Print Champs. Shout out to all of y'all for copping up. The DeAndre Swift shirts is the number one popping thing right now. I appreciate all of y'all for copping up. All right. So my game balls. Pause. That sounds crazy. But the game ball is definitely, it's gonna be 5 of them. Now I got a slash on number 5. I really do. To me, I gotta say Covey. Britton Covey. Like, we have not had a punt returner be this dynamic really since Darren Sproles retired. You know what I mean? So I gotta give him a slash game ball. I'm gonna give him a slash game ball. He get half of it. The other half gotta go to Jordan Davis. And I'm gonna tell you why. The play that he got hurt, which I don't really think he got hurt. I think he was exhausted. But to chase down a guy that is much faster than you at 360 pounds, he probably 380 after Thanksgiving. To chase down Josh Allen, push him out of balance on a critical down. On a critical down was it was immaculate, and I love seeing it. And that's the thing with this team. They give it they all because your leader, and we're gonna get to Jalen Hurts. Give me a second. We're gonna get to Jalen Hurts. Your leader is leading that boat and giving it his all. Yes, didn't play good, and we're gonna pause on that. All right. Number 4. No, no, no. Slash number 5. No, I did 2 number 5s. Number 4. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I wanted to make him an honorable mention, but because I thought he was getting a little torch. But I gotta get. I do have to give it to Bradbury, man. Making the read, and shout out to LB. When me and LB was in Washington and we was at the game and we was sitting there and he like, yo, Bradbury getting cooked, Bradbury getting cooked. I'm like, listen, he's a veteran. He's going to make the adjustment. He didn't come up with the interception, but it was a critical third down breakup. He come up with a big interception. He came up with a big interception, and that's something that this Philadelphia Eagles team needed at that point. It's something that they needed. You know what I mean? Number three, I gotta go with the Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith in the last before this game, the last 3 games, two of them he had 99 yards, and he spoke on that, saying, "Listen, man, like I'd rather have 98 than 99. Like I need to hit that 100-yard situation." And what does he do? And AJ Brown, 37 yards, and he is impactful even without the football because so many people pay attention to him going on that crazy run, having 150 yards, just dominating, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, AJ Brown is masking the deficiencies of Jalen Hurts," which was crazy to me. But now you go into last 2 games, he had 8 yards, had 37 yards. But the talent of the Philadelphia Eagles, they're still going to find a way to win. And Devontae Smith is one of them people. You know what I mean? I got it number 2. This is crazy that I'm putting them up this high, but I have to. I have to put a kicker at number 2. Because without him, there is no overtime. Without him making a 59-yard field goal in the storm. Trust me, I'm out here. I said this last night. I am out here. I know how the rain is. And I'm only like 10 minutes away from the stadium. Even right now. I'm right on Broad Street. I'm right there. So I know the rain, how I was in the rain, they was in there too. To kick that foot up. And I'm gonna say this, like, I understand you want to ice the kicker, but in that situation, I don't think I would have called timeout. Me personally, I would have liked him to rush because for some reason Nick Sirianni chose to call a timeout on 3rd down, and I really didn't understand why, but it worked. And then they called a timeout. The Bills called a timeout, and I was like, really? That's what y'all gonna do? Okay. And it gave him some time to get his stuff together. More time to get his stuff together. And I'm not saying he wouldn't have made it, but I wouldn't have gave him that opportunity to get his stuff together. Look, it's raining. I know you got nerves. Maybe he don't, because maybe Jake Elliott is just ice cold, which he has been. Remember the Super Bowl. Remember playoff games. Like, this dude, yes, he might miss a 28-yarder in the second quarter. You like, dude, like, what's going on with you? Like, what's up? But when the game is on the line, when they need a play to be made, he makes it. He makes the kick. He does. Shout out to him. But to me, y'all already know who number 1 is. Come on now, stop it. Stop it. If you think it's somebody else, you're tripping. It's the captain of the ship. It's the system, not in the system. Remember they was trying to call him in the system? No, he is the system. For you, Jalen Hurts, to come out in the second half and play like how you played. MVP. Make sure you hit the like button for your boy. I appreciate it. MVP. And it's not even like a discussion. It's not even like, oh, well, you could put this person there. You could put that person there. You could put Patrick Mahomes there, be hung. You could put that there, be hung. You want to put Brock Purdy there. We'll see you Sunday. So to me, right, you got a situation to where so Jalen Hurts had a horrible, probably one of since the last 2 years, probably his worst half of his last 2 years. To only have basically no first downs, to only have 7 points, to only have, I want to say, like 40 yards passing, if that. And his quarterback rating was a 7. A 7. But yet and still, he said, nah, it ain't over. And shout out to the Buffalo Bills because y'all gave us the opportunity. A lot of people want to talk about us having luck and yada, 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 whatever the case may be. But you got to put this team away. People don't understand that about the Philadelphia Eagles. You have to put the team away because if you don't, if it's an arm reach, we're going to get there. Especially with Jalen Hurts playing like he playing. 65 yards on the ground. 5 touchdowns. 3 in the air. And that dot to OZ, man, Alameda Zacchaeus. It was so hard to say his name. But that dot? What? Like, and not only that, for him to actually, and Zacchaeus talked about this, for him to actually tell him where to go, where I want you to go, so I can throw you. He couldn't hand him the ball better. He couldn't hand him the ball better. I just got a notification. Shout out to Derek Barnett. He got picked up by the Texans. Texas looking good. He gonna get some playing time over there. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. But it's about the Philadelphia Eagles. He's not a Philadelphia Eagle anymore, and it is what it is. All right. Jalen Hurts, man. I don't know what else you can say. I don't know what else that you can hate on. There's nothing that you can hate on with this kid. I don't want to hear about luck. I don't want to hear about drop passes. I don't want to hear about none of that. Because whatever needs to be done for the Philadelphia Eagles, this team is proven time and time to do it. They proven time and time to do it. Weapon X, yo, that what's going on? They proven time and time to do it. So when you got a situation with the Philadelphia Eagles, it don't matter. And the crazy part is, we being disrespected. We being disrespected. First of all, let's talk about Jalen Hurts and Tom Brady comparison. It is a comparison. Now, I do think that obviously Jalen Hurts is more talented. I do think that obviously Jalen Hurts is a younger guy than when Tom Brady was, when he had that immaculate defenses. Jalen Hurts doesn't have an immaculate defense. Now, this defense is a bend, don't break, but they make other quarterbacks look so much better than, stats-wise, than our quarterback. So that's one of the reasons why they don't want to put Jalen Hurts at the top of the MVP, because it's like, your stats don't match up. But it's still 5 touchdowns. I don't give a damn if he threw for 4 yards and all of them is touchdowns. You still got 5 touchdowns. It's so funny to me. I promise you, if Patrick Mahomes would have had the same game, everybody would have been talking about how great he is. But it's always an asterisk against a Jalen Hurts. Now, it is some people that are coming along. You already got Dan Orlovsky. You already know how you feel about Jalen Hurts. You got Shannon Sharp. He's coming along, but he's still giving gripe to the defense. I thought Josh Allen played an amazing game. Josh Allen played one of the best games in NFL probably history. Like what he did, yards, stat-wise, running the football, 80 yards on the ground, he was immaculate. So to me, the defense had to deal with that. He was wheeling and dealing. He was in the zone, in the rain. But it just wasn't enough. because you still got that guy on the other side. You still got that guy on the other side, and the scariest thing about it, Jalen Hurts knows that he got to get better. It's not like, yeah, we 10-0 and can't nobody mess with us. We did this, we did that. What you gonna say? Nah, that ain't what he doing. What he's saying is, I played an ass first half, but we always find a way to win. After a while, it can't be luck. You can't tell me going 4 straight games down at the half. Remember, we was down in Washington, a touchdown. We was down against Dallas, a field goal. We was down against Kansas City, 10 points. We was down against the Bills, 10 points. You can't sit here and tell me that is luck. It gotta be some skill in there. It gotta be some demeanor of, listen, we are not out of this. It gotta be some halftime speeches or some halftime yelling. Because the offensive line, once again, was horrible in the first half. Now, I do understand, and Brian Johnson, listen, man, let me tell you something. I have literally fought tooth and nail, and some of y'all that's in here, I know. I have fought tooth and nail for her, but you definitely got to be better in the first half. Now, the second half, whatever you do, whatever you drink, whatever you eat, whoever you talk to, I don't know if it's your wife, it's your kids, I don't know who it is that you talk to at halftime. Talk to them before the game. Eat what you eat at halftime before the game. Whatever you do, because you come out the first, knowing Lane Johnson is out, you come out the first 3 plays and throw the ball. DeAndre Swift doesn't sniff the ball. And you know that they're not that good at stopping the run. They are good at the pass. They are good at turning the ball over. To me, you should have put more emphasis on running the football. And that's another thing I gotta say about Sean Desai and the defense. Do you understand that they played over 90 plays? Over 90 plays. Now, a lot of that is they couldn't get off on third down. I get that. But I seen plays. You got Carter. You got Hassan Reddick. They're right there. But the slipperiness, and I didn't even know, I even said this, I didn't think that Josh Allen had the slipperiness that Patrick Mahomes does. But he showed it. He was in the zone, and he was saying he would not be took down. He was saying that in the first half. Now, the second half got different. Obviously, it was adjustments made, and I loved it. Let me get to the honorable mentions, man. Honorable mention number 1. I ain't gonna lie. Carter should have been in here, but to me, he was very, very impactful. So I can't even say that. Blocking a field goal, and that's another thing. That's not luck. Blocking a field goal is not luck. Getting an interception is not luck. They had opportunities, but they didn't cash in. And a lot of that is because of the defense. A lot of that is because of the special teams. This team is different. In order to beat us, you got to beat us down. And I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. And it's so crazy that we're being disrespected. You got the 49ers as favorites? Take the what and lead the what? You got the 49ers? What team gets disrespected like that? If Patrick Mahomes was 10-1 and the 49ers are coming to his crib, he would be 5-point favorites. If even the Dallas Cowboys was 10-1 and the 49ers, who blew them the doors off of them, even if they had a situation to where as though they didn't play and they're 10-1 and they're coming to their crib, they wouldn't be disrespected like this. The disrespect would not be tolerated. But you know what? I like it. I actually like it because this team is going to be resilient and they're going to take it out on the 49ers. They're going to take it out on Brock Purdy. They're going to make sure that whatever the case is, that they are going to make sure that they win. Now, I dare say coming into this game, I thought that you would see a more complete game, probably the best complete game out of the offense and the defense. I thought that they was going to be locked in. When you seen what they did in the second half, Patrick Mahomes, offense and defense, I just thought that that would roll over. But for some reason, it didn't. Now, like I said, Josh Allen had a hell of a game. Had a hell of a game. But you can't sit here and tell me that we should be underdogs at the crib. Now, if this was at 49ers, this is in San Francisco, I wouldn't like it, but I don't think it would be disrespect. This is blatant disrespect right here, y'all. It is. It's blatant disrespect. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it is what it is. Let's get back to the game. Let's get back to the Philadelphia Eagles and just how dominant they are. So you got a situation to where as though you coming into the game, right? 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes before kickoff, you find out Lane Johnson ain't gonna go. You don't have Dallas Goedert. Zach Cunningham goes out. And Ellis, oh my goodness, listen. They started targeting Ellis. They started running right at Ellis. He wasn't ready for it. And if you don't pick up Shaq Leonard, I do think that he probably will be ready. He was really thrown into the fire. I don't think he's as bad as it looked. But to me, Howie Roseman, you got to make a pitch to go get this dude. You need to be on the phone with his agent. You need to be on the phone with him. You need to talk to his mom, his dad, his kids, his wife, or if he got any of them. You need to talk to all of them and figure out how you can get this guy here. To me, that is the perfect piece. That's the perfect piece. Especially when you're going against the 49ers, a guy that can go sideline to sideline, got speed. Yes, he got older. I get it. I understand it. But he's still a veteran. He's still a veteran, and he understands how to play guys like Deebo Samuels. He understands how to cover guys like Christian McCaffrey. And you're going to need that. You are. You are. I did hear that Patrick Peters, I said Patrick Peters, what's his name? Marcus Peters, just basically got cut. He got waived. I ain't gonna lie, I probably would stay away from that. I don't, we got enough 30-year-olds over here at the secondary position. But to me, Darius Shaquille Leonard, that's a go. That's a go. You gotta get hung to me. Let me see what y'all talking about. Hold on. Jalen Hurts is what Cam Newton should have had work ethic. I get that. I do think Jalen Hurts do got a lot more talent than what they had over there for the Panthers. Faithfully fresh, fly, you already know. Howie Roseman need to bring Frank Reich to help Nick and Brian unlock the offense. Somebody said pause. I guess, did I say? Oh yeah, I definitely, pause worthy. You're right. I wanted Brian Johnson gone, but his creativity has shown. The first drive was horrible. The first drive was horrible, and after the touchdown was definitely horrible. Yo, Fresh, what happened to the gauntlet schedule? I was waiting for somebody to say it. Shout out to you, D. Aldrich. What happened? What happened to the gauntlet? Huh? What happened? Crickets. Crickets. Let me tell you something. It's so funny how they talk about everybody that we gotta play. But you gotta play us. See, that's the level. A team that went to the Super Bowl last year, lost, but they was right there. It wasn't like it was a blowout. It wasn't like whatever. And a lot of people talk about drops. How about the Quez Watkins drop for a touchdown? Nobody brings that up. Nobody talks about Quez Watkins dropping the touchdown pass from Jalen Hurts. But everybody want to bring out the drops against us. Nobody brings up that. I don't bring it. I have brought it up, but I don't keep bringing it up. But that's just a rebuttal to that. So, Miami Dolphins. It really started with Miami, right? Miami Dolphins, to me, it was a blowout. Now, a lot of people don't look at it like that. They say this and they say that, but you hold the most dynamic offense that everybody was saying to 0 points, right? Then you go toe-to-toe with Washington. Washington all week, for the last 3 years, Washington has played this team hard. Remember, Washington beat us last game. That was the first loss that we had, right? Then you got Dallas, whoop they behind. Then you had the Chiefs, whoop they behind. Now you got the Bills. You ain't whoop they behind, but you gave them a little spanking. Look, come here. You gave them a little pop. You know how your kids be doing stuff, and they're not doing so much that you need to actually whoop they behind, but you be like, what you doing? Stop. I told you to stop already. So you just pop them real fast. That's what happened with the Buffalo Bills. 49ers coming up. Whoop that ass. No, you don't get no little pop. Because all the talking, Deebo Samuels, and even the disrespect from whoever is putting these odds up. That's ridiculous. To tell me that the Philadelphia Eagles should be underdogs at their crib when you got the best record, the only team with double-digit wins. You got the best record in all of football. And you beat most of the top teams. You beat Miami. You beat Kansas City. You beat Dallas. As much as people hate Dallas, they are one of the top teams. I do think that they're front runners and all that kind of stuff, but they still got one of the best records in the NFL. Now, the Bills are not a top team, but they still can beat you. They can. They beat Miami. To me, man, blatant disrespect. Blatant disrespect. And it will not be tolerated. And I do think that it's going to be billboard bulletin material when these guys go into the locker room, when they come back to practice on Tuesday or Wednesday. It is. You see this? You see this? And most of that is because of the defense. I'm pretty sure that the reason that they're saying is because we had so many close games. We have not beat a team by 14 points. We got so many one possession wins or whatever the case may be. But it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. At the end of the day, it's not about stats. At the end of the day, it's not about completion percentage. At the end of the day, it's not about yards. At the end of the day, it's not about turnovers. At the end of the day, it is about wins and losses. How many wins do you have at the end of the day? How many losses do you have? The Eagles got 1 and they got 10. Best in the NFL. And it's gauntlet. And the crazy part is they keep moving the needle. First is, I don't know what they're going to do in Miami. Then it was, I don't know, Dallas balling. No, let's take it back. Because they said that this is the hardest schedule. Hold on. Let me get right. Let me get right. Let me get right. Let me turn the hat back. Let me turn the hat back. Y'all said this was the hardest schedule in the NFL before the season started. Remember? Y'all talked about Minnesota, whoop that ass. Y'all talked about Tampa Bay, whoop that ass. Y'all talked about all these teams, whoop that ass. That's what we did. But yet and still, it's always moving the goalposts. So now it's, I don't know, these next two games, they can lose the top seed. They got Dallas and the 49ers and yada yada yada. Y'all was saying that 7 weeks ago. Y'all was saying we was gonna lose this and lose that 7 weeks ago. Now in there we did drop a dud. We did. But to me, against the Jets. But to me, when the competition is higher, when everybody is looking at you as a Philadelphia Eagle saying, this is your deficiency, this is what you're doing. Yeah, we feed off that. Everybody was talking about the secondary against Miami. Shut them down in the second half. Made adjustments. Even LA, I don't know. This team is looking good. They looking like a playoff team. Whoop that ass and they ain't been the same. That rookie over there who was candidate for offensive rookie of the year and all that, he ain't been the same since we whooped that ass. Stop it. Stop it. What else you need? What else you need us to do? What else do you need us to do? I don't get it. Now, I'm not saying that they should just hand us a Super Bowl trophy right now. You got to work for that. I get that. I understand that. But if it was another team that's doing what the Philadelphia Eagles is doing, they would be anointing them. If it was Dallas, if it was Kansas City, if it was the Patriots with Tom Brady and all that, even if it was the Patriots right now, they would be obliviating. They just find a way to win. That's what the Philadelphia Eagles do. It don't matter if you're outgained by stats. It don't matter time of possession. It don't matter how many yards you got. If you keep it close and you give the Philadelphia Eagles a chance, this quarterback is so resilient. Gonna find a way. Now, I do want to ask y'all a question real fast, and I really need y'all to comment on this one. What do y'all think was in Jalen Hurts' mind when Akers kicked that field goal and he just shook his head? Because I'm going to tell you mine. I think he was like, that's a bad man, and I got to reciprocate what he just did. Y'all done effed up now. Y'all let us tie it? Y'all let us tie it? Overtime, if y'all don't score, if we get, first of all, I'm thinking, overtime, coin toss, we get the ball, we shut them down. We send them home. But they got the ball back. Defense comes up. A lot of people want to talk about the miscommunications and all that, but that's the difference between Jalen Hurts and other quarterbacks, even Josh Allen. Who a lot of people would say the last two games that we face, the most two, basically, the most two creative and talented quarterbacks in the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. And a lot of people will say that both of them outplayed Jalen Hurts. But did they? Because when plays needed to be made, the Philadelphia Eagles made them. Jalen Hurts made the plays that needed to be made. Whether it's rushing, whether it's throwing the ball, whether it's... What else you want this kid to do? What else you want him to do? Let's see what we're talking about. Great team, let's go. He was like, let's get it time to work. Yeah, can see that. I can see that. That's basically what I was saying. I just think in his mind, I think he probably was amazed too. Like, yo, I had a bad first half. And he said it. This is why I respect our quarterback. This is why I respect Jalen Hurts so much. Because he knows the deficiencies that he had in the first half. And he said, I got to play up to my standards. I have to be better as the leader, as the quarterback of this team. I have to be better captaining the ship. And I think he understood and understands that. And when that went in, he said, as bad as I played in the first half, he got a chance. And it's crazy how good this team is, because most teams in this last 4 games, being down these points and all that kind of stuff, most teams would have came out probably 0-4 or 1-3. Most teams. I'm pretty sure the Dallas Cowboys might have. I'm maybe even the 49ers. So don't give me those 2 teams. Now, even if you drop one against, because I'm not going to sit here and say that they're not good teams. Dallas Cowboys, 49ers, they're good teams. They're just not better than the Philadelphia Eagles. They're not. Now, going against the 49ers, it is a tall task. But you are at home, number one. Your quarterback is figuring things out, and so is the offensive coordinator. I just need the offensive coordinator and Brian Johnson to figure things out before halftime. I need your first 15 scripted plays to be much better than they have been. I do. That's one of the scrapes that I got on this team. That's one of the deficiencies. I think that is a problem. To me, you can't just be a great second half team. And the Philadelphia Eagles definitely are the best second half team in the NFL. But you definitely gotta push, especially these 2 teams. You definitely gotta push the envelope to make sure that you are great in the first half also. And the reason I say that is because I think both of these teams are front runners. I think if you get up on them, I don't got Brock Purdy going down 10 against those 4 teams and coming out victorious. I don't have Dak Prescott going down 10 or 7 or whatever the case may be. Even just the last 2 games, being down 10 at the half and coming back. I don't have neither one of them doing that. I don't. Now, you can just say I'm speaking hyperbole. You can just say that I'm just saying this, just say it. But prove it to me. This team is front runner. They got bum rush, talking about Dallas Cowboys, by the 49ers. Couldn't make a comeback. The 49ers, on the other hand, they got bum rush a couple times. 3 straight times. Couldn't make comebacks. So to me, it's no comparison, because you have to play 4 quarters against the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you get a lead, you have to put them away, or you are going to die. You're going to be another notch on the Philadelphia Eagles belt. I don't know, man. That's just how I feel. I feel as though if you don't put this team away, you're done. If you give us just a margin, do you know? Because shout out to my wife, my kids. We was at the circus and I actually had to leave early. But while I'm watching and I'm looking at ESPN, the percentage of us winning was literally 2% in the third quarter. 2% in the third quarter. That's amazing to me. And it was kind of like that at the Kansas City game too. It's like, this team ain't gonna be able to do it. You got to stop doubting him. You got to stop disrespecting him too. This is utmost disrespect that I have ever seen. But it's been like this for so many years. For some reason, people just don't like the Philadelphia Eagles. I guess it's the fans. I guess it's us. We talk crap. Nick Sirianni and Nick Wright. Actually, I actually was watching the show, and he literally said he don't like Nick Sirianni because of his antics. Or no, you don't like Nick Sirianni because you're a Chief fan, and he came at the Chief fans. That's why you don't like him, because you wasn't saying that before. Now all of a sudden you don't like Nick Sirianni. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, man. You got Dallas Cowboy fans or whoever he is, they only score on a tush push. I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. They only score on the tush push. Without the tush push, they can't do nothing. What about my man Jalen Hurts throwing a dot to OZ? What about him throwing a dot to Devontae Smith? What about him running the football without the tush push and scoring the game-winning touchdown? And he didn't talk smack. He just put his arms up like, we here. We are here, and we are 10-1. No other team has double-digit wins. And not only that, it's, what, week 13. We are the only team to clinch a playoff berth. The only team. And it was like that last year. And this is why I need people to understand this. To me, last year was definitely so impressive. You've seen a level of Jalen Hurts in the pocket, right? We've seen that. We've seen him throwing from the pocket. But this year is more, to me personally, it's more satisfying. Now, it is stressful when you're watching the game, your heart beating, you know, your blood pressure up and all that kind of stuff. I get that. But it's more satisfying because you are understanding that your quarterback will do anything and everything to make sure that we get the win. And you know who else is doing that? The rest of the team. When you got Jordan Davis out there tracking down Josh Allen, who he really has no business in the open field on, he's giving it his all. 380 pounds, rushing down a top quarterback in the NFL. The things that Jalen Hurts does are very, very contagious. And you see that week in and week out. This team goes as Jalen Hurts goes. Now, the defense definitely was holding it down in the first half, but it wasn't no turnovers until Jalen Hurts snapped a button. Until Brian Johnson figured things out. It wasn't no turnovers. Then Bradbury comes up with an amazing pick. And he literally read that from the rip. He read it. What y'all talking about? Hurts playing the standards to be more physical and adjusting the first half of getting open to avoid wide receiver screens, and Nick Sirianni deserves credit. Nick Sirianni deserves a lot of credit. And I'm sorry I did not mention him on this live yet. This coach is amazing to me. Well, I did mention him when I was talking about the heat behind Nick Wright. But him and Jalen Hurts are the philosophy that they have. Like, I think it's yin and yang. Because Nick Sirianni is the talker. Nick Sirianni is the guy. And remember, a lot of people, and you go check the files. I told, hold on, water break. You can go check the files. When everybody was talking about his first press conference, he seemed nervous, he seemed that. It's Philadelphia. He's trying to make sure that he says the right things. But you know what cures all of that? Winning. Winning cures all of that. And when he came to the Philadelphia Eagles, guess what? We was losing. We were losing. When Doug Peterson got up out of here, we had 6 wins. 6 wins. That's one of the reasons why he was getting up out of here. And we have been to the playoffs since he's been here. Nick Sirianni does not know what it's like to not have a playoff berth. And he don't know what it's like this year because we got one. We're going to the playoffs. And you're going to have to deal with this team. You're going to have to deal with Nick Sirianni. Not for just the rest of the regular season, but the postseason now too. So for all y'all people that don't like him, you know what to do. You know what to do. Turn off your TV. Because he's going to be on TV for the next, how many weeks we got left? It's week what? We're going into week 13. 4 more regular, no. Is it week 13 or week 12? We 10-1, so week 13. So you got 4 more regular games, right? That can't be right, because 5 more regular games, because it's 18 weeks. That's why I forgot. So you got 5 more regular games of Nick Sirianni. Most likely we get a bye. We're gonna have to fight for that. Still gotta fight for that. Detroit Lions losing. Shout out to y'all. That definitely helped. But we're not worried about that. We're worried about just keep on winning. So you're gonna have to deal with him for another probably like 2.5 more months in February. You're gonna have to deal with him. You're gonna have to deal with him. Yo, shout out to Nick Sirianni, man. I really love the way he puts his team together. I really love the way he gets this team ready. Do you know that Nick Sirianni, because of it was a short week, he slept. He slept in his office. That's dedication. So you got players coming in, and they probably thinking they the first one here. Jalen Hurts, guy like him. A.J. Brown, guys like him. Brandon Graham, guys like him. Coming to the Cova Center, and they like, Nick Sirianni, you wake up. What are you doing? That's dedication. He understands. We should have hosted that Lombardi Trophy last year. He understands he got to get his team ready every single week, and he does that. I'm gonna be getting out of here, y'all. I got to get to work. If y'all got anything y'all want to talk about, comment below. Make sure you hit the like button for your boy. I will put the link to, shout out to Print Champs, to the merch. Make sure y'all go cop up, man. Y'all already know. Stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Yo, that.